Oh, that's a good question. I guess so. It's sort of hard to answer that question for everyone, but yeah, there's a lot of players, I guess, that are in the mix or have an opportunity and they want to put their best foot forward by playing well in Super Rugby. So yeah, obviously whenever you play New Zealand sides, there's yeah, a little bit of motivation to try and get one over your opposite to impress the national coaches. But in saying that, regardless of who you play in this competition, you need to make sure you're ready not only physically but mentally every week. Because I think if you're a little bit off and your opposition's playing well, then you might sort of end up on the wrong side of the ledger at the end of 80 minutes. Oh yeah, look, I'd like to think so. If you're playing well and you're putting your hand up consistently, then it makes it hard for the selectors, I guess, not to give you an opportunity. But yeah, in saying that, I'm not sitting there in the selectors' seat, so I can't really speak for them. But yeah, I think if you're good enough, eventually you'll get an opportunity. Yeah, it'll be huge. I'm heading offshore in August as well, moving over to France for a few years. So for me this year, it's just about, I guess, enjoying as much rugby as I can. I'm really enjoying myself at the moment with the Chiefs. The boys are working really hard, and hopefully if my form can continue and warrant an All Black jersey for the Lions series, then yeah, it's something that I'll be pretty excited by.
The only ones say there should be an Australasian competition over the Australians, I think. In the end, it's what makes Super Rugby special. You travel to the Republic. I think the reason why the All Blacks have been pretty successful against South Africa is because you get guys that are coming here regularly, playing at altitude and so on, and it doesn't seem to be as big a deal now. So it'll be a disaster if South African teams weren't involved in Super Rugby. And I know they're trying to fatten it out a bit. They brought in Hawaris and brought in the Sunwolves and so on. But you want to make sure that this is a premium competition in the world, and so there will be a couple of teams culled, I think, because it'll make those countries stronger. So I think South Africa having maybe one less and Australia having one less would be better for those countries long term, I think. So certainly the Aussie sides are propped up by a lot of Africans and Kiwis. Well, we've left a few guys at home, but we've had injuries all the way through. I think there's 13 guys not available at this stage, and some of them are first stringers and some of them aren't. So we don't tend to talk about it much. We talk about who we've got, and we'll have a pretty good side on the field in the weekend, and it's their responsibility to do the job. Yeah, I love watching Brodie, and yeah, Elizabeth is the South African equivalent, isn't he? So I agree, there's going to be great matchups. That'll be a beauty. Yeah, I'd say it's a bit of mental stuff, but I think our guys are really well prepared. We've got our trainer, Phil Healy, does a fantastic job, and so, last year we did a lot of travel, so we had to make sure that the guys were incredibly fit in that pre-season block because there was a lot of maintenance, and so every year's a little bit different, but look, we're really happy with where we're at from that point of view, and we play the type of game, like all Kiwi sides do, that's high tempo. You need to be really well conditioned to play that sort of game. So, happy where that's at. And if we're really accurate and clinical on the weekend, then you can control the pace of the game. But certainly last week against the Bulls, we were chasing them for a while.
Oh yeah, I think so. One thing we've really driven over the course of the last few years is individual preparation. Making sure that each individual, because we know the game of rugby, it's physical, so injuries can happen and guys get opportunities, and when they do get those opportunities, being ready and willing to go out there and execute their role. So, with sport, it's a confidence thing, and for me, I think preparation gives you confidence to go out there and do your role. So for us, we're big on that, just making sure the individuals are responsible and accountable, and then collectively as a group we are too. And yeah, as you said, it doesn't always pan out perfectly like you're wanting, but if you're able to execute more often than not, then yeah, generally you'll probably win the game. Yeah, it probably would be. Yeah, smart on their part as well, I guess. Adapting, evolving, and just trying to grow.
Yeah, that was our best performance last year. So we'd be very happy if we could emulate that sort of form.